Welcome Aries, this is Regina from Pacific Tarot and I'm getting ready to do your May reading. It is going to include some oracle cards and some tarot cards as usual, and I've pulled for you the Two of Swords as your overall theme. This is describing a decision that you're having difficulty making, perhaps because you don't have all the information you need, or perhaps because both options, both paths are pulling at a similar sense of principles or values you hold dear. You may be concerned that a decision you're making is pulling you away from a relationship you value. We'll look more into this. I'm going to start with your 10th house. This is how you're showing up in the world, in your community. The Three of Cups is all about the incredible support that you have in the world, precisely to do the very thing that you want to do, something that comes out of your heart. It may be an exercise or a project that allows you to express yourself fully and make the contribution to your community, your business, or the world in a way that feels authentic to who you are. But this celebration of your support, this acknowledgement of your abundance, is about finding the love, acknowledging the love that has always been there, that is always there for you. And this project you're undertaking somehow includes the support that you have. In the first house, this is your perspective, and the Five of Pentacles shows you continuing to work through the way that you have been defined, or the lane that you've been assigned. When I say lane, I mean role. The role you've been assigned, perhaps as a result of your family of origin, some dynamic there in which you were seen as capable in a particular area and not really much beyond that. In fact, it feels as though your assignment was very traditional or conventional in a way that would perpetuate a system that was very limited. And this is something you've broken out from, but you're still weighing the real contribution that you continue to make to the family structure, something you honor, something you recognize is ancestral, and something that you want to contribute to in its perpetuity. But you're doing it on your own terms, which may be part of what is difficult about the decision that you are weighing. In the fourth house of your home, your roots, your family, the Queen of Wands talks about one of your cards, your supreme confidence, your determination to get what you want, and the energy that exudes from you as a result of your determination. This is strong-minded, single-minded purpose. You're able to attract the resources and the connections that you need in order to launch something that feels very inspirational. It could be a home business or project, something that you can work on in the comfort of your own home. Perhaps that is your base. And this is really pursuing a line of greatest growth, greatest expansion for you, so that you recognize that it is in choosing a path of growth that is allowing you to resolve these conflicts that you are feeling within you. In the seventh house of your significant others, we have the Magician card, which is beautiful because it's actually highlighting partnership as a vehicle for you to launch a very authentic project, exploration, to create something or build something with significant partners. Those significant partners are anyone, a among your intimates, among your colleagues or co-workers or peers in the world that understands you, comes to the project as you do, really fully formed, not dependent upon an answer or the creation of an answer, but rather an expression of options that are available, making that available to others in working towards a world or a community that is larger than yourselves. You want to contribute to a new way of looking and experiencing the world as you begin to experience your world as a new version of yourself through new eyes. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey Oracle card and hope that this reading is resonating with you so far. If so, please like this video, please share this with others, and please subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot, and I pulled the Self-Esteem card. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. And it's interesting that this opportunity to launch something that expresses you is very reliant upon relationships that you have grown through in your family of origin, as well as that community of support you've created in your external community. And these are fusing as you continue to choose an expansive path forward, a way of learning, growing, exploring, discovering more about yourself. It feels as though these tensions are resolved for you. In the first house, the Five of Pentacles is clarified by the Hermit card. A lot of time thinking, meditating, looking for answers within yourself is part of the path that you are, the tools that you're using in order to identify this conditioning that you've received, your rejection of that, but also what you're building as an alternative. You're changing the way you experience the physical world as a result of the way that you are seeing your own capacity, and that is more and more about your limitlessness, not being bound by conventions, not being bound by the systems of others, but creating a system for yourself, one that honors your own experience over the rules and regulations of others, but understands that what it is you learn, how you grow, is by sharing what you gain in knowledge and wisdom with others. In the fourth house, the Queen of Wands is clarified by the Six of Pentacles, and this is always about the relationships, and in particular for you right now, the contracts you are agreeing to, that you are building, that you are negotiating. Something you want is clear at the outset of any relationships or partnerships that you form now towards that end. So you are starting with what it is you desire, and then you're negotiating from there, understanding that as a project grows, as an effort of yours becomes more expansive, more inclusive of others, the agreements will be renegotiated. And in fact, you're setting up the agreements, your contracts, with an eye to a periodic review. In other words, as the project grows and develops, there will be a shift in responsibilities, delegation, etc. That's just an example of the way that you're growing agreements in a way that is fair to everyone, particularly to you. There's a way that you're learning about sharing power through this particular relationship project that feels as though it begins or is based in your home, in a space of comfort, in a space of your strength, and in a place that allows you to feel comfortable and confident to articulate what it is you want, but it's also requiring you to negotiate, to identify your strengths and weaknesses and that of your partner or partners that are involved with you, so that things can be modified along the way. In the 7th house, the Magician card is clarified by the King of Pentacles. Interestingly, you are coming up as an absolute master of your trade, your skill, your profession, your work base, your experience, so that you are very clear that you have worked hard in order to gain whatever abundance you have. And you're now in a position to turn that abundance into a prosperity for others involved as well. And part of that prosperity, in many ways, the point of that prosperity is your ability to be generous, to give back with what it is you've gained. That giving back can look like interns, assistants, students, helpers of all sorts. They need not be underlings. They can be peers. They can be collaborators, co-creators, therapists, counselors of any sort that are the benefactors in your generosity, as well as the way that you're learning from a project in which you are working with others. You're collaborating to collaborate in the benefit of your prosperity. In the 10th house, the 3 of Cups is clarified by the Lover's card. And here we're ending close to where we began. The 2 of Swords is not a 6, but it is similar in the way it opposes to what appear to be very opposite energies. They are, in fact, mirrors of one another, and I think that's an important point for you, because I do feel the decision that you're making, perhaps it is to hire on some kind of technical expertise, or to export some detail of your project that can't easily be handled by you or a partner. But this comes after a lot of experience doing things on your own and having them fail as a result, taking on too much responsibility. This is what I feel is one of the things that you're now wise enough, you've experienced disappointment and failure often enough to recognize your overreach. And here you're being advised to collaborate, to delegate as appropriate, in order to leave yourself with the necessary energy and perspective to steer the ship, more or less. So this is less about choosing something that is for your ultimate benefit. I believe that you understand that what you're doing is not merely for your own abundance, your own advancement, but it is for others that you are creating this project, this particular creation, this thing you're building. But it's also knowing yourself well enough to understand that you can't do everything yourself, and that you can entrust aspects of your plan, your desire, to others who are equally, if not more experienced in the thing that you are doing. It is new to you, but it may not be new to experts that you can rely on for part or some of what you're about. I'm going to finish off this reading with a crystal oracle. And I have the Dioptus, whose key word is love. I am love, and love is me. This is so beautiful, as this really speaks highly to the nature of the project that I feel you are certain to undertake with the prospect of success in your heart. So, until next time, namaste, our Aries.